Everyone, Connor here with my colleague Joe. We've got a great little podcast for you today. We're going to talk about two of the greatest golfing events there are. We've got the Masters and we've got the Ryder Cup. Joe, do you want to lead us off with the Masters?
Yeah, Masters, obviously biggest major of the year in my opinion. Huge bucket list trip for loads of our clients really. This year especially we've done a huge amount of bookings to the Masters. I think myself I've probably booked 80 different bookings to the Masters myself. I think you're probably up there as well.
Bucket list, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, fortunately we were lucky enough to go ourselves, myself and good. Connor, which was easily the best trip I've ever been on since I've been at Golf Holidays Direct. I think for the Masters especially, it's just one of those euphoric kind of places. As soon as you walk through those gates at Augusta and get onto the driving range and you see all your favourite players that you see on TV playing at the most prestigious golf course on the planet, it does feel a bit surreal, but
I definitely agree with that. I think the big plus side of the Masters is obviously always at Augusta National. So it's the same place every year. All of our clients, all of us as staff, we watch it every single year. I think because of that, it seemed like you learn to know all the different holes. Obviously, by going there ourselves, I had like a surreal experience. I was just on my own, just walking across the second fairway, and I was just like, "Wow, I'm the second at Augusta." So it's things like that. Whereas, obviously, we're comparing to a completely different event with the Ryder Cup, also with the same history. But it is a team event. I personally absolutely love it. You can get behind the European guys, obviously against Team USA. A lot of our European players obviously play on the PGA Tour as well, so it's kind of like bringing them back home, battling it out against the best in the world in America. But obviously with Augusta being always hosting the Masters, Ryder Cup obviously does change venue every single event. You've obviously got, and obviously you've got the aspect of it's every 2 years as well.
Exactly as
well. But I quite like the build up to that though.
Yeah, that's true.
If it's every year, it loses the novelty a little bit, whereas it's not like a major where you need to have the 4 every year. Whereas the Ryder Cup, I just think the passion of the Ryder Cup, obviously you've had the historic moments over the years. You've got Miracle at Medina in 2012 with Alafabal. That was just ridiculous. I was lucky enough myself to go to Paris. That was crazy. That with Fleetwood and Molinari, they're just smashing it non-stop.
We've got Rome this year.
We have got Rome this year. Insane. Yeah, I think you're going over to Rome.
I am absolutely very much looking forward to that. That's a new experience for me. I've been to the Masters, but haven't been to the Ryder Cup yet.
Yeah, I think we can really recommend certain areas in and around Augusta National as well, with it being at the same destination every year. So obviously we went over to Colombia, lovely town.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of especially for our clients, there's potentially a little bit of confusion around where you actually stay when you go to the Masters. Most people think you stay in Augusta. Most people tend to stay in Colombia. It's a university town. There's a hell of a lot more to do there. There's lots of lovely bars, restaurants, plenty of nightlife. America's insane for breakfast, and that's literally where all the spots are if you like your pancakes and things like that. But it's a short journey to Augusta National. You're looking at about 40 minutes. We actually organise a golf shuttle take you to and from Colombia to the Masters, and it's just direct flights from the UK into Charlotte. Again, a lot of people, we've had a lot of clients wondering where you even fly to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I think obviously there's just so many plus points to the It's just a magical place, isn't it? Just walking around Augusta National. I mean, me personally, I couldn't believe that when I was there, it was going to be as like the wow factor as what it could possibly look like on television. Because it just looks like a video game, doesn't it?
It genuinely doesn't look real. Even when you're there, you think. I remember we were looking over the 16th, and I was thinking, this looks like a painting. But I'm here in real life, and it still doesn't look real.
It's so true.
The pictures that you see online and on our website or anywhere you look for the Masters, it's just what you see is what you get. It really does look fake, even though you're there.
I think for me, obviously we're kind of comparing, like we said, two completely different events. You got the stroke play with the Masters, you got the match play with the Ryder Cup. And there is that team aspect. I think a lot of people that maybe don't always watch golf can get into both, but people that watch maybe other team sports would maybe get into the Ryder Cup. That's how I'd look at it. But yeah, I mean, the team aspect's fantastic. You've obviously got different formats of the game. Match play, you've got the foursomes and the four balls on the Friday and the Saturday. Sunday singles is obviously where everything happens and kind of like the leaderboard changes non-stop. But,
it tends to be where it gets very exciting.
Yeah, but what would you say if you had to pick one of the events? What would you say and maybe why?
The Masters for me, I mean, I've spent so much of my childhood watching the Masters, and even now, I mean, I reckon I've watched Tiger Woods' comeback to the Masters 100 times on YouTube. So for me, seeing Tiger Woods walking down the 12th, the sun had just come out, he just hit an unbelievable tee shot, and that's just a memory that I'll never forget for the rest of my life. Obviously, I'm yet to go to the Ryder Cup. I love the Ryder Cup, but it's going to have to be the Masters for me all day long.
I mean, for me personally, I'm going to have to agree with you pretty much every point you have just said. I just think it's just such a picturesque and historic place, from Magnolia Drive to the driving range to every single hole on that magnificent.
It's just magical. It's like Disneyland for golfers.
Yeah, so, well, Joe says the Masters. I've said the Masters as well. Obviously, you've got the Ryder Cup coming up. We hope you enjoy both. If you want to book with us, if you've got any questions with us, please just feel free to contact myself or Joe and we'll be able to help you out. Look forward to seeing you soon.